Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Blessing and salutation be upon the most horrible prophet and messenger, his family, all his disciples, and those who follow them in goodness till the day of judgment. And over my expression of gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala due to his favor and courtesy, so we could carry out his activity. Besides, I shall never forget to judges has given me the opportunity so that I can deliver my speech in front of you all today. In this good occasion, allow me, Ikbal Fadilah from SMK Marif and Ciamis, I want to speak about the use of social media and online communication in times of pandemic COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, the use of social media is a tool for professional communication and education in healthcare has been increasing pros and cons of such platforms were extensively debated in recent years with mixed results. During the COVID-19 pandemic, social media use has accelerated to the point of becoming a ubiquitous part of modern healthcare system. As with any tool in healthcare, its risks and benefits, we review the use of social media in the current pandemic. Importantly, we will illustrate this using experiences from the perspective of large medical organizations and also identify the common pitfalls. Ladies and gentlemen, most people actually choose everything to work through social media because they think that COVID-19 is indeed very dangerous, which can result in casualties. Despite the debate surrounding its use in medical education, it has become established at medical conferences and as a platform for sharing information. Social media sites are awash in fake news with millions of stories about how garlic can protect you against infection and other nonsense. Such sites have once again proven themselves to be incubators for misinformation. And in this case, fake news that can put human life at risk. Facebook and other platforms are working harder than ever to limit the spread of misinformation. But they simply cannot employ enough fact-checkers to stem the tide. The novel severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2, and its subsequent disease, coronavirus disease 2019, have resulted in a pandemic of viral respiratory failure. Many countries have managed this outbreak through the use of physical distancing strategies, which largely involves restriction of physical contact to the bare minimum required for daily living. This has increased the use of and dependence upon social media platforms to stay connected for work, education, and social purposes, such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams, have seen an exponential growth in users during this time. With such drastic measures needed to contain the spread of the virus, it is not imperative that social media is appropriately utilized to maximize its benefits to the workforce and education. While recognizing the associated limitations, the use of social media in medical education and healthcare prior to the COVID-19 situation has been controversial. Despite the number of healthcare professionals and organizations who engage on social media platforms continually increasing in recent years, there remains significant debate as to the merits of social media in terms of actual learning and improvement in the quality of care provided. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, in the world of education using online learning or offline to keep it down, improve the quality of education. Meanwhile, in medical care, he was given isolation areas and masks. This ability to organize large webinars and short notice allows content providers to be at the forefront of knowledge dissemination and innovation. Statistics are no longer embargoed to be discussed at a conference, but rather delivered at shorter and often more timely intervals. To quote Dr. Michael Ryan, the executive director on the WHO Health Emergencies Program, who said in laying on the WHO strategy for COVID-19, perfection is the enemy of the good when it comes to emergency management. Speed trumps perfection, and the problem in society we have at the moment is everyone is afraid of making a mistake. Everyone is afraid of the consequence of error, but the greatest error is not to move. The greatest error is to be paralyzed by the fear of failure. And I think that the single biggest lesson I have learned in about responses in the past. Guidelines, protocols, and standards operating procedures usually kept within institutions are being shared at an unprecedented rate during the pandemic. But social media being used as an effective vehicle. Messaging and conferencing platforms such as Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, etc. are complemented by free and simple-to-use collaboration software such as Google Drive, Dropbox, and Slack. This is the end to my speech today. I hope we can take a good lesson from what I delivered today. I ask forgiveness for any word and behave which are not supposed to be. Thank you for your kind attention today. Wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.